Hello, everyone. It is Dorey and left. Yes, left. I got it right. Toadstep here. We're back for week 2, which is still technically part of week 1 of our review. We're going to be doing like weekly breakdowns, I think, in video form. Because if we do longer than one like match week at a time, the videos are going to be super long. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're picking up where we left off. We did not anticipate to take as long as it did for the first game, so we're gonna try and go through them a little faster so that the video isn't 6 hours for each week.
Yeah. That being said, week 1 was some things surprised us. Alaska Luxray, Tiger, he may go by. He had a really surprising week 1. He 2-0'd me in a really decisive fashion with that Guts Luxray. Shady Fairy actually got off to a really good start, getting some revenge for finals last season. Venus made sure that Javo did not get an opportunity to say no to the nut. And one of our other previous champions, Zorkin, went down to Mew Life, who had he corrected me. He had a great season 1 in juniors. He made it to finals and lost to Shady Fairy. So he did have a good season 1, but season 2 not so great. So Mew Life firing on all cylinders starting off week 1. And then finally you took a game off Mikado. We kind of expected as much from him, but it was a really consistent win. It only took 2 games, and the only match that actually went to 3 week 1 was Mew Life versus Zorkin.
Yeah, and we're gonna quickly move into Zorkin's game 2 of week 1. We're gonna keep interchangeably saying these because we hate everything. And it's against Mikado. They're both 0-1 going into this game. So it's kind of interesting to see where their heads are at. And Zorkin just kind of sticking to his guns and getting the sword stance off, which is pretty safe here, especially with Mikado going for toxic spikes.
Yeah, I think what's really telling to me is that Mikado uses a lot of really powerful singles strats. I think part of why Mikado's had a rough time in doubles is that he's not really adapting to what strategies are good in doubles. Knowing to use Trick Room, though, really good, especially with that Hatterene in the back.
Yeah, and this Bisharp is probably going to one-shot that. Yeah, that's what I expected. So the Earthquake, unfortunately, isn't going to kill.
Yeah, so we do get the Gmax Smite for the return kill, though.
Yeah, but he does have to wait. He wastes the turn of his Gmax on just hitting a 1% target that would have died anyways. So it's a little unfortunate. And Zorkin goes for the
only one turn of Confusion.
Yeah, that's really unlucky, but Confusion's still really annoying to play against. Play with, because it's so like it's so volatile, like the amount of times that you just like win or lose a match off of that, whatever, like 25 or 30, I don't know what the Confusion chance is. It's kind of absurd.
50-50. Just like a track, 50-50. However, it has a chance of deactivating. Ooh, that Gmax drum solo doesn't actually kill. That's good to know. It's also good to know that it's, not that it matters anymore, but it's Grassy Glide, which ignores Trick Room. And I say it doesn't matter because Trick Room's over. So it looks like Hawlucha going to have that Unnerve, or was it Unnerve? No.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Where he eats the... he eats the berry and it makes him fast. He's faster if he has no held item.
I don't know.
Unburden, that's it. Unburden.
Unburden. We got it.
Yeah, so he gets a 1.5.
I named one of his abilities. At least I named an ability that he had.
But yeah, Zorkin took that game pretty decisively, using some pretty traditional strats of his, incorporating the Rock Slide from the Rhydon, but ultimately using strategies that we're familiar with him using, that Rillaboom plus Hawlucha combo being really fast, really powerful. It was pretty smart. I don't know if he knew that Trick Room was coming, but using the speed matchup for late game instead of using it for early game was pretty smart. IMO.
I feel like Mikado had a really good chance to win, especially with how close it ended up being, if he just didn't use Toxic Spikes turn 1, because if he inflicted even a little bit of damage onto like that Bisharp, he wouldn't have lived at 1 HP, and then the fight could have been totally different, especially seeing like the Rillaboom's almost dead, the Hawlucha's almost dead, and you wouldn't have had to waste that turn of Gigantamax on hitting the 1% target.
That's absolutely true. But yeah, going into game 2, we've got similar match. Oh, the Bolton! I was excited to see him try to use this.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if Mikado learns to not Toxic Spike, but
looks like the paralysis just icing on the cake. I think if he prioritizes some different moves, knowing that his team is this bulky, like Bolton and Rhydon can't really do anything. Wait, what? Oh, it's Volt Switch, right.
yeah.
If he's able to get the lead where he gets the Trick Room, but he does something like useful at the beginning, then... oh, the Paralyze actually hits.
Yeah, he got paralyzed twice in a row. He got the flinch off on the Rune Regis. He's gotten pretty unlucky with hacks, but it always happens. You can rely on hacks or just hope that it doesn't happen. And Zorkin's getting a lot of hacks this game as he misses a Rock Slide.
And there's the Trick Room finally, but I think it might be a little bit too late. Rillaboom has 2 turns left. Rillaboom has 2 turns left, so Rillaboom's not going to have a priority move for 2 turns, which means that Max Flare's got to do enough, and it's just not quite enough, but it does reset the weather to sun. Which is going to be pretty good, especially with Brain surviving. Let's see if Brain's actually... Brain surviving is actually kind of good. That drum solo killing, though, is also really powerful. Brains actually gets to attack first, so as long as it doesn't get paralyzed, like, he can get 1 more hit off. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm pretty sure Articuno is super fast. 90 to 161. But taking out the Rillaboom there, pretty smart. Mystic's going to survive the Rock Slide, but Brains is not. And Rhydon actually has a Bolton in the back, as well as 1 other Pokemon, which I imagine is the Hawlucha, but I don't think we're going to see it.
No, we're not. Rhydon's put in a lot of work this game. He's gotten probably 4 flinches, which is really, really good when you think of Rock Slide. Maybe he could have, maybe he might have even had like a King's Rock or something on there to make it so that it would flinch more. But you saw him throw the Stealth Rocks down turn 1, which also helped a little bit. It didn't really matter a whole lot, which is why we don't really recommend using these setup moves like hazards, because they're just so slow, and because we don't really switch too much in VGC, they're just not as important as compared to singles. But the Rock Slide pretty much just solo won it for him, though.
Yeah, a definite lesson will be entry hazards ain't good, kids. Moves that tick over time are fine, so things like G-Max Fine Lash, Cannonade, and wait, I can't believe I remembered the follow-ups, but not the original. What's Charizard's? Oh well. I don't remember Charizard's.
Let's look it up. Charizard.
While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and
Wildfire.
Wildfire, that's it. Second match is myself against Jabo. You see me. I was talking about it in the draft video. I had a lot of fun making this team because you're going to see some Arctivist shenanigans here and some Turtonator shenanigans that are... This match is a lot closer than it looks. Actually, it looks close. Never mind. It's 3 games long. But yeah, so... It's really hard to explain what even happened here because him and I had a very back-and-forth series here, so... Togetic Blastoise is going to be my lead, and his Crocodile Mr. Rhyme is going to be his lead. However, what I wanted to do was go for a Follow Me here to try to get a free Water Spout, but he actually used the Fake Out. So Togetic going to take a ton of damage.
Yeah, that Fake Out was really good. Really good for him there.
Now, I do use Follow Me twice. I'm forced to lose my Togetic right away, but getting the Hailstorm off to overwrite the weather is really what I was going for here. Not so much the other stuff. So, Manectric. Switcheroo! Manectric going to go down to its Sash, and Crocodile going to get that, but G-Max Cannonade not going to kill. It's going to set up Cannonade, and Crocodile now has an eject button. It doesn't get its third turn of Max. So I get an extra turn of Max. He doesn't. My Turtonator comes out, and it's going to be really powerful against both. I actually brought Max Darkness against this guy, knowing I was going to need it. So I go ahead and smash that Dark. Oh, God. I forgot about Rising Voltage. Oh, yeah. Rising Voltage kicked my butt. As you can tell, going a rain team, I've not learned my lesson about beating electric types.
I mean, your lightning rod user died, but Pinchurchin, whatever that, I don't even know what it's supposed to be, is a lot stronger than you kind of like anticipate from just like the size and just like what you look at it as. It's just a random electric type. But the switcheroo was an interesting strat, but it ended up not really succeeding for you.
Yeah.
The ally switch plus the fake out really did you over.
The ally switch.
If you were able, if you just Dynamax turn 1 on the Blastoise, it would have went different. But I don't think you would have anticipated him faking it out anyway.
I think I tried to greed. I think I went for Water Spout or Shell Smash.
I think that's a fine choice, especially with Blastoise being your G-Max Pokemon and you leading it. Most of the time you're going to be maxing, so if I would be facing you, I wouldn't even go for a fake out on it. I think that's just the wrong move.
It's tough to know if it's going to max turn 1. But game 2, we actually have the fake out going on Tornadus. We know it's going to get faked out again. Here comes the Rockfall. And Tornadus actually gets destroyed on turn 1. But Togetic managing to get the Reflect. So this is the setup that I needed this time. So Max Turtonator, Follow Me, Max Rockfall, not going to kill again, especially behind the Reflect. Freeze Dry, definitely not going to kill, but there was the concern about that. So getting the plus defense as well from the Steel Spike, I'm basically trying to set up this Turtonator to never die.
Yeah, this Turtonator is very tanky with the Reflect, the defense buff, and Jobo's max Pokemon being a physical attacker. It's not going to do any damage, especially when it's not max versus max.
Yeah. So the taunt against Blastoise that's going to definitely be using the offensive move. Yeah. So Pinchurchin, the only downside, it's really slow.
I didn't even know that. I guess it's pretty good in Trick Room team then.
It would be. Now the Turtonator, there's no way the Turtonator dies here. He's just too strong. Oh, also it had weakness policy that whole time.
It was actually really close to dying though.
Oh, I caught it. I was like, I got this. We're good. We're good. Yeah, Turtonator, no real way to die there. And having Heat Wave, it's very likely to kill. So Turtonator putting in work, getting 3, 4. Did Turtonator get all 4 kills? Yes.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, Turtonator got all. Oh no. Water Spout took one of them.
Oh yeah, Water Spout did.
Dang, Water Spout took a kill.
I was just gonna run to the other sheet to look.
And then game 3, is this the game I finally use Arctovish? Yeah, here it comes.
Yeah.
Arctovish has Slush Rush. And I know Mr. Rhyme's going to try to fake out again. So I'm going to go ahead and just make it so we're in Slush Rush mode.
And then you get flinched.
Yeah. He used fake out. So Arctovish has Blizzard. I have Cannonade.
Holy, that Cannonade, I really did not expect that to one-shot it.
Cannonade hits like a truck, man. But the Max Pinchurchin scares me. And the max lightning kills, by the way. So this is why I'm thinking, oh no, I'm screwed. But I somehow find a way out of this. I don't remember what I did. Oh yeah, it was the Turtonator. Here comes the carry. That Wiki Berry, I didn't actually see the Wiki Berry before, so... Max Lightning, he's going to eat that up. He doesn't give a crap about that.
Kind of interested in why he went for the Turtonator with it. I would have just killed the Togetic and then made it a 3v1.
Mm-hmm. But instead, he's like... He's giving Turtonator a chance here. So Rising Voltage has to go into the Togetic because of Follow Me, and Heat Wave is so powerful that it's going to just take them both down. So now you have Intimidate, Crocodile, but we don't care about Intimidate. However, I forgot it at Rock Slide. This could have gone really poorly for me, if not for the fact that it activates Weakness Policy.
Yeah,
but
and then Draco Meteor just
there.
hits like a truck, and you're back to regular, non-boosted, non-negatively boosted, but it doesn't matter because the battle's over.
So yeah, that was week 2. I'm up to 1-1 because of that, and I think Hydro Pumps is 0-2 because of that.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. But third we had Venus versus Enigmata. Venus has had a good season so far. His team looks really scary, right? He's still got that nut core. But Enigmata using, again, that team that's very reminiscent of what he won with at the end of Season 1. Or Season 2, sorry.
Yeah, I've actually used, like, his team. I've used Season 1, the Colossal's core, and then Season 2 I used the Glacier core. So it's very interesting to just see me looking at his team. Is like, I've played both of those.
No. Enigmata definitely knows how to set up. He starts off with 2 supports. He doesn't even get a carry. He's like, I'm going to set up screens in your face. I'm going to set up Trick Room. I don't care what you do. So he's got double screens already set up and a Rock Slide going down for just a little bit of chip damage. But Lapras has Aurora Veil down now. As well as a Max Lightning going down.
He also procs the Weakness Policy on Lapras. So Lapras is going to be doing a boatload of damage.
Yeah, this Lapras is huge. But at the same time, we're in Trick Room, and we got a big horse. So Rock Slide going down, trying to get just a little bit more chip damage. And we're going to see this Max Knuckle come down to do not a lot, actually.
Nothing.
Max Knuckle does have... Max Knuckle and Max Ooze actually both do reduced damage, I found out, compared to the other Max moves.
Yep, it's because their abilities buff the attacking attacking stats, so it doesn't really make sense to make them strong and do that.
Exactly. Yeah, so Lapras going to pop that Protect there. Oh, the miss Rock Slide.
On both of them.
Yeah. Well, it hit Lapras, but Lapras used Protect. So we're just going to have another Max Knuckle boost. Yeah. So the horse actually now is the powerful one here. So
he probably still has a Weakness Policy on the horse, too. We don't exactly know. It could be an Assault Vest, but it's likely that it's Weakness Policy.
I think it may have gotten procced, actually, already.
Oh, really?
No, it hasn't, actually. I'm lying. No, those are... all of those boosts are Chilling Neigh and Max Knuckle. Wait, no, there's a ×2 special attack, so it has to have gotten procced.
I don't know when it procced it then, but it did.
Yep, at some point it got procced. Ooh, the close combat not killing, though. I mean, it's not going to matter. You're going to get a body press, but...
Yeah.
Wait, how? How is that stack attack faster than an Urshifu? They're not in Trick Room.
No, Urshifu already went. Urshifu close combated the stack attacker. The stack attacker didn't die.
Okay. I fell behind a little. Okay, we're good. I got scared for a second there. I was like, what? Speedy Tower?
That's gonna be a fast tower if it's gonna outspeed Urshifu.
Urshifu, one of the fastest Metamons in the game right now. So we've actually got the same
game
leads.
went to Enigmata, and we do see the same leads, but instead of going into the Dusclops, Beans decided to take out the Meowstick.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't get why Enigmata keeps purposely procking the weakness policy with such a weak rock, with such a weak move, going for the rock slide on his Pokemon. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it doesn't really make sense. I would much rather just switch out into a stronger Pokemon, because if the only move you have is Rock Slide and it's gonna empower the Lapras, there's no reason to keep it in.
And you can tell he's going for the same strategy, and Masharna actually can reverse the Trick Room whenever... Ooh, the crit! I don't know if that crit mattered. That Max Lightning did 85%, so it would have done 42.5 normally. Which actually, it matters. It matters a lot.
It doesn't matter because of the hail.
Right.
And he Max Knuckles the Musharna.
He'd get 2 extra turns, actually, if he... No, only 1, because of the hail. Anyways, yeah, the you do have a Max Knuckle horse, but the horse is nowhere near as strong as last time, and it's not in Trick Room anymore.
And it's on a Pokemon that resists it.
Exactly. Actually, Lapras using the Thunder, that's a brave Thunder, just straight up thundering into a Pokemon that knows it won't kill. With no rain up to guarantee the Thunder hits. So Venus taking some big risks here. Same with Hydro Pump, actually.
Lapras is still alive. It has the weakness policy already proc. He has one more Pokemon in the back, and Enigmata's...
Oh, and it's
outdo
Urshifu, which
just the
means
Glacier.
Venus... Yeah, Venus just has to click close combat. Yeah, having the Urshifu in the back, it's tied up 1-1. Pretty straightforward. We saw... I still don't get the Rock Slide, man.
I really don't. It really makes no sense to me.
Well, let's see if the leads change at all. Nope. Dusclops Meowstic. Are we going to see... Oh, Urshifu first this time. All right. Wicked... Having the Wicked Blow threat right at turn 1 is really nice here.
Both of these Pokemon know Trick Room, though, right?
Yes, that's the trick. Ha, ha, ha. He gives both these Pokemon Trick Room, yes.
So having a Dusclops faint isn't that bad, because his Meowstic will likely have Trick Room, but I would have anticipated it and gone with the Trick Room turn 1, but it still is strong enough to get it off anyways.
I think Venus might have
Glacier
been...
is out.
Was Venus anticipating the ally switch? Let's see what happens. Close combat goes onto the Meowstic. Yep. That's not good news for Urshifu, because that guarantees the Max Knuckle kills here. And wasting a Max Lightning on the Meowstic that's not going to die, especially when Meowstic can now threaten Trick Room whenever it needs to. With the horse getting Chilling Naproc as well as another Max Knuckle off.
Yeah, and he has one more turn of Dynamax over the Lapras, so he'll probably be using another one of those...
Ooh.
What's it called? Power-up punches?
Oh, and a Max Quake, giving himself the special defense boost against the Lapras. Let's see if it can actually survive a hit, though. Oh, but Stack Attack actually being in the back of... This one's very close. So you see the Helping Hand come off. Thunder getting brought down, but that thing is so strong, and Thunder is not stab, so... Lapras...
Yeah, it took like no damage.
I almost would have just gone for Hydro Pump and taken the risk.
I think it probably... It has Blizzard too, right? I think Ice doesn't resist Ice.
Yeah, Ice is neutral to Ice.
So Blizzard probably... Oh, but it's in the rain. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's not
but the Superpower Return Kill, I don't know if this is exactly the smartest thing to do, because you're doing a battle of attrition now, and you're purposely lowering your stats on Superpower. Yeah, so he's not going to win this way.
And he's doing no damage into Stack Attack, so all he was doing is building up the
I don't think that crit mattered. He had -2 defense at that point. I don't.
I even if the crit mattered, I think he still would have won the next turn.
Yeah, superpower had nowhere near enough damage to kill, so all he had to do was hope Rock Slide didn't miss, and he was good to go. But yeah, that was really close. That whole series is really close.
Yeah, and speaking of close series, this is probably gonna be the closest series of them all. It was a very interesting game. We both prepped a lot. I used a lot of interesting strategies. You could see I led with Arcanine on Pheasant, two Pokemon that you would like never expect someone to lead with. And you could see me having Charcoal on the Arcanine, which also is very interesting. I taunt the Dusk Noir to prevent it from doing like anything. And Burn Up. Burn Up's a really interesting move. It gets it gets rid of the fire typing on Arcanine. So what it means is that there's nothing special effective against it, so this Mudsdale is gonna do nothing.
Wait.
He's gonna try and hit it with Max Quake, and you're gonna see it do nothing.
And the max overgrowth going down. This is so cool. Poltergeist. He's being attacked by some charcoal. No.
Oh, he actually attacks the Unpheasant.
That's smart.
I guess it's kind of smart getting rid of the Unpheasant.
Unpheasant's
also another really interesting Pokemon.
I don't think he really cares about Tailwind, does he? Because he has Trick Room on Dusknoir. He has to have Trick Room on Dusknoir.
Yeah, but it's taunted. I taunted it.
Oh, right. So. Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty screwed.
And I get the double grass move into Mudsdale.
That's smart. That was a very smart move you did there. I like Burn Up. That's funny.
Yeah, Arcanine is very widely known as like a physical support mon. He has Will-O-Wisp and some stuff, but this game I chose to go special attacking and just all in his face, and it ends up working out, at least in this game. You see that his Pokemon are pretty weak at this point. He gains a lot of health from Dusknoir, but I have all 4 of my Pokemon, and most of them are pretty healthy. His team is half health already. And he gets a double protect, which was really annoying, to be honest.
At least Power Whip's not like a high jump kick.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you have Snarl as an offensive... Well, I mean, it's a support move either way. But it is actually somewhat strong when you're going full special investment.
Yeah, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it hits both enemies, and it lowers their special attack. And into his team, the Rotom is probably the strongest Pokemon into the Arcanine at this point. So just being able to get rid of its damage is really helpful. And you can see this battle might have taken a long time if I didn't have this arena, but luckily I did. So the battle isn't going to take forever.
Yeah, Serena's a pretty smart pickup. And the power.
And he misses with the Poltergeist.
Oh, you didn't get to beat you up with a wide lens. He did miss twice now. He missed a Hydro Pump as well. But not like it would have killed either, with Arcanine not having its weakness. That is interesting. I like that Burn Up move.
And game 2 is an incredibly close game. You can see I don't remember if I changed up the lead at all. I don't believe I did.
Doesn't look like
it. Oh, I
did
did actually. I led the Sarina.
Yeah. Now he switches straight into Metagross.
Yeah, his lead's very interesting. I just go for the Tailwind. He switches out, so the Power Whip obviously does like no damage. Just kind of expected. I go for the Night Slash for some reason. I don't know why. I just did.
And you get the U-turn, which is super effective technically. Oh no, it's not. It's neutral.
No, it's
Bug is neutral, right? Bug is neutral. Oh, and that Rock Slide.
You can see that Rock Slide doing an insane amount of damage. And my elephant, my steel elephant, is just standing there, not sure what to do.
Oh, I forgot about Clear Body. That's pretty good for not getting destroyed by Arcanine. So Burn Up not hitting actually means Arcanine keeps its fire typing. I'm not sure if that's going to actually influence anything, but
it influences my decision making here, because I have to think about what I want to hit with Burn Up. because of the fact that because if he goes for something that'll prevent me from doing burn up or doing like no damage, like if he gets that second protect off, which luckily he didn't, that could have been devastating for me. But his Mudsdale's really strong.
Oh, your
He
max mod
kills
going
the
down.
Copper. Yeah.
Oh, right in time for
And
the
he
Tailwind
has-
to peter out, which means Rotom is not faster than Arcanine yet. It might be if you didn't fully invest into speed.
Yeah, I don't really remember who was faster here. What I do know is that I don't kill the Mudsdale here.
Which means you eat a fat Steel Spike.
Yep. The Steel Spike doesn't really mean a whole lot because the defense buff doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that it's going to be 1v1 right about now.
Right.
I charge a Solar Beam. And you can see that he will protect next turn. Something that I learned only now that he had protect. So Solar Beam was pretty bad against the Rotom, at least here, because I don't have the Sun. I have Sunny Day on Unpheasant, which is another interesting move that I took on it for the Solar Beam.
Oh,
and the power missing... Yeah, power missing meant a lot, but it's pretty much going to come down to a Snarl versus Nasty Plot endgame, where my Arcanine's trying to get as much damage as it can, and the Rotom's just trying to get to a point where it lives. The Hydro Pump doing like a fourth of my health, and you could just.
It's gonna do less every time. Even with the Citrus Berry there, you're looking at Snarl versus.
Yeah, this end game, you could just watch it. There's not really much to be said here. I just keep clicking the Snarl because that's the only move that really does much against it because he can protect the Solar Beam. So I'm just trying to get to a point where I can beat it. And here, Snarl would have done 1% too little, and Heat Wave did 2% too little. So unfortunately, I didn't get to kill it. That Power Whip missing meant the entire game.
Oh man,
but
so
it still was an incredibly close game. Yeah, and we go to game 3, and this one is... I don't really remember much about this one. He has the same lead. I bring Arcanine Unpheasant like I did the first game.
And yeah, he's going for immediate screens. Maybe he's trying to hope that you don't use Burn Up turn 1, except you do. Of course you do.
Yeah, I actually used Burn Up on the Grimmsnarl because I expected the Rotom to protect. Otherwise, I probably would have used it on it. I'm not too sure. Dynamaxing here means that I do a lot of damage.
Oh, the max overgrowth, right.
Yep, well, the max overgrowth doesn't really get affected by it, but the fire moves do a lot of damage, and my Unpheasant has used all the moves that it really, like, is intending to do, so just using Sunny Day is fine.
Something to note. Max overgrowth only did 58%, so I doubt a roll would have actually killed, so it's actually fine that he protects here, because it gives you a third move where now it's in death range. So that Citrus Berry does waste one more turn of your max. Oh, this actually makes it a roll, I think.
And then...
And you get the roll! Oh, no, you got a crit.
I get
okay.
the crit. It wouldn't have been a roll because he had a lot more HP. So it actually did matter the crit. But the crit... we've had hacks back and forth. Like I missed the Power Whip that game too that would have won. So I won on this side of the hacks. And now you see the Solar Beam.
I did nothing.
It did like nothing because my special attack is lowered thanks to Spirit Break. But you can see the Rock Slide doing not very much damage.
So this
because
is very
I'm
back and forth.
no longer a fire type. Yeah, it's a very back and forth game. I think I hard switch both my Pokemon here. I do, yeah. The Rock Slide misses on that.
Well, yeah, they can't do anything to you. And you threaten instant kill with Steel. Grimmsnarl can't really do any damage.
Will destroy the Mudsdale with a Power Whip.
Or miss again.
That misses. Yeah.
What is Mudsdale using if it's not using stamina?
Um,
Inner
own
focus, own
tempo,
tempo, own
inner
tempo.
focus. I
One of
don't know.
those.
What one
Yeah.
of the one? I think it's the can't be flinched one.
Mm. Oh, there goes the light screen.
I send out Unpheasant to set up a Tailwind again, which is kind of not very surprising, and the Iron Head does
Ooh,
kill
that.
Grimmsnarl.
I don't know if that crit mattered. I don't think it mattered.
I don't think it did
Yeah, you
either.
don't have any
And
offensive drops. You're offensive invested, so you're fine. So you're just setting
yep,
up
I set
everything
up the
again.
Sunny Day for the burn up that should one shot the Metagross. I think it actually, yeah, I think it does one shot the Metagross now. I think it would have left at like 2% or something. But you could see the burn up just killing the Metagross, and that was
Oh,
the
it gets
game.
its. Oh, if it gets switched out, it gets its fire typing back. Okay,
Yep,
that's good
that's
to know.
another interesting thing. So Arcanine is kind of a standout player this match, which is kind of, which is really surprising if you don't take the 15-20 minutes I did looking into Arcanine moves and realizing that burn up is kind of broken against his team.
That's insane. But yeah, that actually puts Shady Fairy at 1-1, and it puts you at 2-0. So really good start for
Yep.
you.
Very good start.
And then finally, we have Elementalist Luxray coming off of a good week 1, and Life coming off of an incredible week 1 as well. Both of these guys are trying to see which one is going to go 2-0 at the top with you to start the season. So the immediate Intimidate coming out, and Incineroar being a really strong Pokemon, pretty much expected. But actually, I did not see this beat up when I faced him. Elementalist Luxray did not bring this against me.
Yeah, not many people expect the beat up on the Whimsicott. It's such a good support Pokemon that you just don't expect it to have beat up from just looking at the Pokemon itself. Most beat up users are dark types. But he does end up doing a lot of damage to the Terrakion, so the beat up didn't really matter. It didn't get to do much.
I'm also a wee bit surprised to see the Max Incineroar as the choice here.
Yeah, that is also a very weird choice. Incineroar is not really a carry Pokemon. It's a very heavily built to be a support Pokemon. And you can see the rain turns off Vileplume's speed.
Like
So you can see why it's a worse. You can see why it's a worse Venusaur now, because it is pretty slow, but it is in Trick Room. So this is another use of Vileplume over Venusaur.
Mm-hmm.
But Trick Room's gone now.
Yeah. I mean, having it rain instead of sun in Trick Room means Vileplume's super fast. And yeah, Luxray saving his Max way too late. I mean, he's going to get the revenge kill, but Guzzlord should be able to clean this up.
Yeah, Guzzlord should easily get this kill.
Yeah, Iron Tail kills against it there. So yeah, I think Luxray just getting off to a rough start, didn't know when to use his Max, and he kind of waited a little bit too long there. But that Uxie lead with Incineroar, I was surprised to see the Max right away with Incineroar. I'm wondering if he's going to do it again. I doubt he will into a Drizzle. It just doesn't seem to make much sense.
He does not. And he uses Parting Shot on the Armaldo.
Wonder if he's
Very
afraid of the
interesting
Armaldo
Pokemon.
getting set up.
Yeah. It's possible. And the confusion on Hurricane.
Oh, the Max Starfall's a one-shot. Oh, it's a crit. That crit definitely mattered. There's no way that crit didn't matter.
Yeah, it definitely did matter. It had to have. But you'll see this Hurricane. Oh, Ally Switch actually might prevent the
Yeah, Vileplume gonna get a max overgrowth and kill Rock. Oh. What happens? We have another video left.
Yeah.
Life has such a huge lead. But, I mean, Sun's gonna come out. And he still has a... Oh, Togekiss has a max. No! Pico's coming to murder! The max guys are coming out and getting rid of the Sun. It's gonna make Vileplume slower than the... No, it's not. Oh. I thought the Vileplume would have been slower than the... The hell is the speed investment on it?
It's Trick Room right now.
Trick Room, yes. Getting rid of Chlorophyll is actually bad for Luxray. Damn, I got so hype. I was like, oh, look at him overriding the speed boost. And I'm just dumb. So this is actually... Get out, Azorkin. So this is actually really good news for the Pico. Because he's outside of Trick Room now. He's got a 2 speed boost. And Ninetales can't do anything here.
Yeah, Luxray barely coming out with this game, saving the Dynamax again for the later half of the battle. But this time actually does end up working out because Life did not prioritize killing the Pelipper at all. So he's full health on like turn 5 of the match. And gets the Dynamax off. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm curious to see our next video when we cover week 3. Because Luxray does lose next week. I don't remember. We'll find out when we record the video. But it seems like Luxray's main strategy is to max late. He's a late game player. We're about to find out what happens now. I don't actually remember who wins, so I'm pretty excited to see. What do we have for leads? Life going for Guzzlord, Coffic Regis this time.
Dynamaxing the Guzzlord. I've never seen Guzzlord before, to be honest. I have never played the games that it came out in, so it's a totally different world for me, and I guess that's why I haven't seen it.
It's really bad. It was one of Life's lower tier Pokemon that he picked up. It's a good. I mean, it's a decent budget mon, but in terms of Pokemon that utilize Beast Boost, it's really far down there, and we actually see a change. We see the ally switch doesn't matter because Dazzling Gleam hits like a truck.
Yep, and Pico's just out here Dynamaxing early this time, but in terms of the battle, it's not actually early because this is looking like a 3-turn battle.
Yeah. So it is still technically like kind of early game, so that's good to see that he's being a bit more aggressive with his max when he's in an advantageous position. Especially when he realized how weak that Guzzlord was and how much damage it took turn 1.
Yeah, I think it seems to me, at least in this battle and this series, is he chooses to Dynamax after the opponent Dynamax is going to run out or has already worn out, because having Dynamaxes hit each other is kind of like, it kind of doesn't really do much when they're just like neutral and you're doing like 25%. It kind of wastes the Dynamax versus being able to turn the tempo into his favor. But there's a reason why people Dynamax early, and it's because you don't want to be 1v3 at the end of the game.
That's exactly right. And Luxray actually turning it around and going 2-0. Life gonna have to just settle for the 1-1 to start. So that being said, we've got one more of these videos to record for Masters, one more for Juniors for their first week, and then we'll start bringing you guys week 2 content. So we got a lot of recording to do, so thank you to everyone who watched, and we'll see you for episode 3 of our weekly breakdowns.